So basically, the Community Rating System, or CRS, is a program within the National Flood Insurance Program. And that program gives premium credits to national flood insurance policyholders in the A and V zones if the town does certain things. So in Marshfield's case, in the 90s, Marshfield was a Class 6. And so that was when Marshfield could get a 20% discount on flood premiums. Then the town over time, it really takes a focus to make CRS happen. So Marshfield has been a Class 9, which is a 5% discount for the last 15 to 20 years. So what this means to our policyholders is, now that we're a Class 7, it will be a 15% discount on NFIP premiums for those policyholders in the A and B zones, and for those that have low risk policies in no A or V zone, so that would be like the X zone or shaded X, they're going to receive a 5% discount, so there is still a discount for those policies. When we get audited once every 5 years by FEMA to either increase our class or at least maintain our class credits, the one thing that we were told that the state also participates, and the one thing that the state told us through that process was we were one of the most organized and well put together groups that they had ever seen when it comes to CRS. And the simple reason is the partnership between the community and the volunteers that were involved. There were hundreds of volunteer hours put into making CRS happen. And the town focused on it, and they developed a committee that was dedicated to CRS. And we were involved, the town involved the committee and all the different things it was doing, from the hazard mitigation plan to ordinances within the town. And in that involvement, really CRS requires documentation and participation by town departments. That involvement in the cooperation from the town in all the departments is really what made this happen. CRS is based on points. You need every 500 points makes you jump a class, and so we needed 1,500 points to get to a 7, and we well exceeded that at 1797. And so, Marshfield can go to a 6. The state used to cap all communities at a level 7, but we are one of the few in the state that can go to a 6. And so what it means is that next time around, we're ready to go to the next level, which would be a 20% discount. But where we are right now at a level 7 is really great. And what it means, and really, again, I go back to the difference, and the reason that we were so successful is because we did things really different, and because there was a focus on CRS. And I'll give you an example. You mentioned the Plan for Public Information, or the PPI. Not only are we one of only 4 in New England, and including New York State with 1, ours is the highest scoring. So what that means is that we put a huge emphasis on public outreach, public information. And what that means for the average, why is that important for the average person, is because they're going to see our committee and the community and stakeholders a lot more, and getting a lot more information that is organized on an annual basis to talk about flood risk. And I think that, personally, in my history and involvement in flood issues, outreach and information is the most important, because you can do everything that you want when it comes to flood insurance and flood information, but if the average person has no idea what you're talking about, it doesn't mean anything. I just want to make sure people understand that when this increase takes place on October 1st, the policyholders don't have to ask their insurance agent. They don't have to ask their insurance company. It will take effect on the renewal for their flood policy after October 1st. So once that kicks in, we just hope that, we had talked for years about what can we do to reduce costs for our stakeholders. I don't think there's any better way to directly affect their pockets and reduce their flood risk, which is, of course, what you're doing at the same time that you're reducing premiums, than CRS.